We're looking at practice clips from minicamps and OTAs. Today, we're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs getting a good look at Rashee Rice. We're going to watch him run some routes, work through some drills, everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because training camp's right around the corner. You want to see what your rookies look like. You want to see what your favorite players are doing on the field. Those guys you're getting ready to draft in fantasy football. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your players are doing behind the scenes at practice. But today, we're looking at Rashee Rice. 2 minutes of clips. Like always, we're going to loop this, keep talking ball, but there he is. There he is. And we've covered this before, and we covered his workouts before, and we've been keeping an eye on him. He's good to go. He's good to go. If you had questions about him for fantasy football, just stop it right now. He's good. He's turning, he's burning, he's moving. He's good to go. He's good to go. Like you see him here. And we'll get to training camp. Things will be ramped up more competitive. He's good to go. He's good to go. If you're questioning that, going into your fantasy drafts, or you're wondering what Rice was going to be like, he's going to rebuild off of last year. Now, we were watching him last year this time, and he was cooking. He was cooking. Beat writers were saying he was one of the best players for the Chiefs, not just wide receivers, players overall. And he said he was one of the most improved wide receivers and players on the whole roster. One of the most improved. And we saw a big jump at the back end of that rookie season. And then immediately, minicamps, OTAs, just turning and burning. Just turning and burning. Training camp, we were cooking. We get hurt in season, but we are producing. I expect him to do well this year. I expect him to do very well this year. I expect him to come on and turn on the heat. I expect this Chiefs team to really burn some teams. They added to the wide receiver depth chart. They added some talent there. You got Xavier Worthy, though. He's looking to take a step forward. He's going into year 2. He's not a rookie anymore. We got a full offseason now with experience under our belt to work off of, to learn from. This is an offense that is going to be a little bit different because Rice was hurt. You had a Royals there, a good wide receiver you got for cheap. And for the price, that's really good for you because you got Rice and Worthy, so you don't really need an expensive wide receiver with top-end upside. You really need a good wide receiver, and he's got plenty of upside. He's strong at the catch point. This team, this offense, it's not a hot take. It's going to be nasty, and it's going to go through Rice. Rice is going to be solid. We're seeing him move in practice, and he's moving well. He's moving well like we've covered prior to practices earlier this offseason. He's moving well. Looking good in the workouts. If you had any questions about him, just stop it right now. And where he's going at in ADP on Underdog Fantasy, if he played a full season at the clip he was approaching prior to the injury, he'd be pushing first-round selection. So you're getting a good wide receiver at a discount. You're getting a good wide receiver at a discount right here. This is going to be a discount wide receiver. You can really go running back and go 2 wide receivers, and maybe you're lucky that Rice could be the second one. Maybe, depending on the draft you're in. If you're in a home league draft, you're drafting with, I always say Martha from accounting, just your basic home league draft, you're probably going to catch them at a good price. The price is going to go up throughout training camp, though. Guys like me are going to be talking them up, and they're going to be watching me. And then they're going to talk about what I said in their videos, saying he's looking good, he's healthy, he's moving well in their fantasy videos and in their articles and in their analysis so they can get their camp updates outside of what the beat writers are posting. He's looking solid. He's going to look solid in training camp. He's looked solid prior to the practices. I've been saying this. Don't worry about Rashee Rice. And he's going to have a good year this year. The only way is if he gets hurt again. That's the only way. He's got to be not on the field. He was gelling too well with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was looking his way in practice a lot last year. We had the clips. We talked about all offseason long. We talked about Xavier Worthy a lot because you guys want to be more interested in that. But Rice was the star this time last year. Rice was the star, and it looked like he was going to be the star of the NFL going into the season, and he was ramping up to that. He was about to go blast off. There's enough volume in this offense for him. Quarterback's going to put it on the money. He's an aggressive player. He's aggressive driving, and he's aggressive breaking off them routes, and especially when the ball's in the air. You're seeing those feet. At SMU is very productive. I think he's got more potential than what they show us too, because he's actually decent downfield. We saw that at SMU. He's actually decent downfield. Like, he can get downfield, command a good average depth of target, and that would spring more production out of him. Especially with his target share, with how accurate Patrick Mahomes is, he could definitely do that. There's potential that you can get more out of Rashee Rice than what you're already getting right now. And it's been on a small sample over the course of, what, year and a half, 2 years? You could get more than that. But with how they use them, short to intermediate, they're money targets. They're safe, concise targets. And he's getting the volume. He's reliable. He's going to be reliable in fantasy football as well. Patrick Mahomes, I don't even think there's really a take for him. Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce. If Father Time spits in his face this year, these wide receivers are going to smoke it up. They're going to smoke it up. They're going to smoke up the joint. That's what they're going to do. They're going to blow this thing off the roof. Or blow the roof off the joint. Whatever. That's what these wide receivers are going to do. You're going to look at the running backs. Isaiah Pacheco, we're going to see what he has in the tank going into this year, considering what we saw last year. Kareem Hunt's still on the roster. Elijah Mitchell's on the team. That's an upside play. And we love Rashard Smith. We love Rashard Smith. That's a deep one that we're paying attention to. We're watching the amount of routes he's running a game, his route participation rate, his snaps, when he's getting on the field, if he's getting on the field, and all that stuff. But you're talking about immense speed, former wide receiver, but plays running back. They can move him all around. You're looking at Elijah Mitchell. He's got speed to burn, has been injured a lot throughout his career, but this team got hit with injuries last year at running back, and it didn't look good. They lost Samaje Perine. Carson Steele did not live up to expectations last year. Our lads has him at fullback right now. Don't think many people are talking that up. That's interesting. Pretty much kills any fantasy prowess, but the fumbles killed that. The fumbles killed that. We talked about that in season. Rashee Rice is good to go. Rashee Rice is good to go. And like I said, if you had questions about that, just kill it. Just kill it right now. He's good to go for the start of the season because he has been working out. He's been looking fine. He's got more workout tape out there. He's looking fine. He's twitched up. He's going to start ramping up from what we saw last year's practice this year. What we saw in the start of last season, he's going to ramp up to that. And it's going to be blast off this year. You're going to get the full effect of the Rashee Rice experience since you didn't get it last year. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.